Hey friends, and welcome back. So guys, I am sitting here getting ready to reconcile our first paycheck for the month of October, which actually covers the expenses for the second half of the month. Sometimes it can get a little confusing for me, but nonetheless, it's the first paycheck of the month, but it covers all the expenses for the second half of the month or towards the end of the month. Anyways, before we get into that, I'm going to share with you some unexpected expenses and unexpected income. Well, the income was expected, but unexpected because I forgot about it, but I did forget about it kind of thing. Anyways, moving on. I didn't even put it in my actual budget numbers this month because I kind of sort of forgot about it. Nonetheless, so unexpected expenses this month, we actually only had two, not major at all. Thank God we're in a position now that it didn't break the bank pretty much. So anyways, Mason had a library book that was rained on, apparently. Apparently, he left the book in Dad's car. I don't even know how this happened. Like, the story that I got is that when Dad checked Mason out of school early for a doctor's appointment earlier this month, the book was left in the car because Mason was reading the book, which I really highly doubt. Not that the boy don't read, but I highly doubt that he took the book out for the purpose of reading it on the ride to the doctor's appointment. Nonetheless, that is the story that he gave me, so we just gotta go with what he said, right? So the book was left in Dad's car. Dad never seems to remember to roll his windows up. It started pouring down raining. The book got soaked, destroyed, etc. So $17.50 later, we have to pay for a book. Anyways, that was a high $20. Not a big deal. We just wrote a check for it and covered it. But nonetheless, back in the day, it would have been a time that $20 would have made or broke our budget, definitely for sure. But it didn't. It's just an unexpected expense there. And then we had an unexpected expense. Apparently, I be rolling in some construction areas. I don't know. I posted this on Instagram and on the YouTube community tab the other day, but I had 3 nails in my back tire. I don't know. Like, I'm sitting here thinking, where have I been rolling? Like, only places I go is to CVS, Walgreens, and the Dollar General. Like, I don't know. I had 3 huge nails. And I'm not talking little bitty nails. I was just going to get the tire plugged. That was the plan, to get it plugged. But after the guy looked at it and pulled off the nail, he was like, ma'am, it's just like, no, it won't work. We need a new tire. So, anyways, $130 later, I ended up getting a new tire. Now, the hubby was totally ticked off. I mean, he was like fit to be tired because he believed it's a conspiracy theory that the man at Walmart just was trying to get me, was just really, you know, telling me what I wanted to hear so that I can buy a new tire. But literally, it was 3 nails. Like, I seen it for myself. Like, if it had been that I didn't see them, or, you know, all of a sudden it was nails there, but he couldn't show me the nails, then I would have been like, oh, what's going on? But y'all, I had 3, I'm talking huge nails. I don't know. I'm sitting here like, Michelle, where have you been? Where have you been rolling? But you know, now that I think about it, there is a Dollar General that I go to that's a little farther out, like in the country, and I actually get on the interstate to go, and there's the part of the interstate that I exit to get to that Dollar General. They have a lot of construction right there because they're expanding the interstate. So that's probably when I got it. 3 nails at that. That's just crazy. But anyways, nonetheless, it was $130 to get the tire replaced on the spot at Walmart. Now, we do have a car maintenance sync fund. It is kept electronically in our Capital One online bank, basically. And typically, to transfer money out, it does take a couple days, which is a good thing because it keeps you from wanting to just splurge or just, you know, take money out at random, because you do end up having to wait a few days to do so. However, when you're kind of in a pit of an emergency, like I was at Walmart needing $130, it could kind of be like a hassle. Nonetheless, I do actually have a checking account linked to the linked to Capital One. Let me just start from the beginning. Capital One is an online bank. You can have a checking and a savings account, and within that account, you can have multiple accounts, and you can label those accounts for different things. So, for instance, all of our sync funds are in that account. So we have a Christmas fund. It's a whole different savings fund, car maintenance, HOA, etc., etc. So they're all different, but they're underneath the same umbrella, if that makes sense. So, nonetheless, if need be, I can always transfer the money from any of the sync funds that I need to, like for the car maintenance, and then I can move that over to the checking account and just use the debit card for that. However, because I'm so swift, I don't keep that debit card on me. It actually stays locked up because I just don't need it. I don't, well, didn't think I needed it. I don't use it. So nonetheless, what I ended up doing is just sliding the debit card for our main checking account, which is at a credit union, a brick and mortar building, where all of our money goes in and out of, etc. So I had the 130 there because we do keep a small buffer in that checking account for what ifs, for when life happens and so on. So I just used that debit card, and then when I got home, I simply just transferred the money over from Capital One to put back into the main checking account to cover that expense. So nevertheless, no big deal. $20 for a book, $17.50, $20 for a book. And then $130 for a new tire. All said and done, we're good to go. Now, to get to the unexpected income. Now, okay, so I kind of forgot about it, but I didn't forget about it. In the back of my head, I knew that I was going to be working. But anyways, I had a former client that was going out of town and needed childcare for both of their kiddos. And I had agreed months ago to keep them. I knew they were coming, but it just, I don't know why, but it slipped my mind that they were going to be coming and I was going to be getting paid, because I was going to be keeping them over the weekend for a couple of days. Anyways, nonetheless, there was an unexpected $400 that's going to be added to the budget, which is a good thing, of course. I'm just going to take that money and throw it straight to debt. So enough of my chapping away. I'm going to turn the camera around now, and we're going to reconcile the October 12th budget. All right, so first thing first, we're going to pull out the bill log for this month. That way we could go ahead and fill it in for everything. Yada, yada, yada. All right. So first up, what I need to do is actually write in, let's see here, the bills that have actually came out, and then I will cross off everything to clear them out on here. 35, what was it, 35.17. Let me check the check registry because I believe that is accurate. 35.17, yep. 35.17. Okay, so what I do on the bill log is once the bill has been paid and cleared the bank account, I will just come in with my red pen and I will just cross it out like that. So it's just a way throughout the month for me to be able to keep track of what's been paid and all that stuff there, and whether or not it actually cleared the account. So that is that for the bill log. Do that. Then here we needed to come in and reconcile. So the cable bill was actually $69.75, which is basically 70 bucks still. I rounded up. The gym was actually $21.70. Pest control, $35.17. So all of that. I did end up putting exactly the amounts away for the sync funds. So I'm going to write those in. Okay, and then we're just going to add everything up and see where we are. So I know that this is $680 here because that's exactly how much cash I took out last week, and that was our cash envelopes and stuff. So yeah, that was all $680. Okay, so for our bills, let me add up this column here and see exactly where we are. I will say that reconciling the budget makes me feel fancy, makes me feel like a boss, like I'm running things. All I'm running is my pen and paper, but you get the picture. I'm running things. It makes me feel like an adult and stuff. Okay, so $697.47. So we had a difference there versus of what we thought we were going to spend. What's that difference? 38, 25.91. Woohoo! That's a ballin', baby. All right, so add all that up. 38, 20. Why did I add that up when I have the number right here? So I just said that I did the exact thing. Some days I'm not the smartest cookie. That's what I'm saying. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is add up our cash spending, sync funds, and then the bills, and then write in everything here, and then write in the amount for the debt. Now, the only thing that's different is that I'm adding in the amount that I got from keeping the kids over the weekend for daycare, because I didn't add that money in originally to the overall monthly budget, because again, honestly, I forgot that I was going to be expecting that money or what have you. I knew like at the back of my mind, I knew the kids were coming. That's not like a surprise. I knew they were coming, but I just kind of, like, I don't know, I just forgot to add the money in there. Maybe subconsciously I was planning on taking that money and treating myself to something. No, I wasn't gonna do that. Or was I? Maybe. I don't know. Okay, so again, for anyone that may be new here, just to let you know, we don't share the actual income amount that we receive. The hubby is the only one working right now, so we do live off one W-2 income. I am planning to actually show you guys what I receive, because now the daycare, since I'm not doing daycare as a full-time job, I'm considering that as a side hustle. I do have 2 families that I do before and after school care for, and that's it, and then a few drop-ins here and there if needed, and my schedule allows for it. So I'm going to treat the daycare as like a side thing, and then all of my other little side hustles that I do with my other business, I am going to start sharing that income. But the main W-2 income, the hubby is just not comfortable with sharing it. I do know that I have some family members and some friends that are, you know, our friends, his and mine, that actually watch the channel. So yeah, anyways, moving on. So this is what we have here. So I'm going to go off camera and pull my numbers for income, what we tied, so I can get all the totals, and then the amount that I actually need for debt. So 2 seconds and I'll be back. All right, y'all, so I had to do my math a few times to make sure I was right, because just the added little extra that we got from the drop-in kids for the child care, that bumped us up quite a bit. So I'm going to actually be able to surpass what I projected that I was going to be putting towards debt this month for debt snowball, which I was projecting $1,300 even. I did $500 last paycheck, so I have $1,239.53 left. Wow. Yeah. And I'm not, please don't take this as I'm boasting, because I'm not. This ain't money that I got left. I got debt that I need to get rid of, and a bunch of other stuff that needs to be taken care of around this house. So please don't take this as I'm boasting. This is this has been years in the making with budgeting and just being very detailed and very intentional on how we spend our money, where we put it at, and all that stuff there. So by no means am I trying to be boastful or anything, but yeah, I had to do the numbers a couple times to make sure I didn't miss a bill or two, but that extra definitely made a difference. So $1,239.53 is what's remaining, and I was only expecting to be able to put $1,300 towards debt, and I already did $500, which leaves me with $800. So I'm going to say that we're going to put the additional, the $1,000, the $239.53. I don't know, I need to ask the hubby, because this is not what I expected it to be. I'm going to do the $1,000, definitely. It's going to be going towards debt, and then I will see if he wants to put the entire $1,200 towards debt, or if the $1,000 is good, and then that $1,200, maybe we'll use that, put it in another, you know, I don't know, put it into sinking funds. We don't need, well, let me back up. We do need to go ahead and get that microwave. We still haven't replaced our microwave. Ugh. We have the money to do so. It's a matter of us having time to decide on, you know, going to the store first off, picking out an appliance that we actually want, the brand that we want, and all that stuff there. Anyways, I wasn't expecting to have that much money left over, but God is good. So I'm going to ask him what he wants to do with the remaining. For sure that $1,000 is going towards that, and the $230, whether or not maybe we just move it over for Christmas and we could use that for that. But I'm going to see. So I'm going to leave that blank for now. I won't write that in, and I'll get with him and ask him. Now I do need to make myself a little note here, and let me just put other, which I already did this, but I just like to kind of document it for myself. I need to transfer from the auto sync fund. I need to put that $130, which again, I already did that when I got home from Walmart the other day, but just as a notation for myself that went down. And I will notate it in the account, like when you transfer, it gives you the option to put like a note or something, like a memo, and I'll put that on there, you know, Ford tire, etc. It's just a way for me to document it. But yeah, that is that. So I'm that extra definitely put us over, surpassed what I thought we were going to have. So I'm not complaining or anything. I'm just delighted. So yeah, an extra $200 would be able to go to that, because again, I budgeted $1,300 for that. I already did $500, so we only needed $800 more for what we budgeted. But we got a surplus, so that money is going to go to that too. I'm going to ask him to make sure of what he want to do there. But nonetheless, this is the plan thus far. All right, guys, so I sure hope these budget related videos definitely helps you guys out, that you're actually enjoying them. Definitely comment down below and let me know how your October budget has shaped up so far. Has there been any unexpected expenses? If so, how did you handle them? Any unexpected blessing as far as income, and so on and so on and so on. You guys know I love to chat about my money as well as yours, so definitely comment down below. But until next time, guys, thanks so very much. Be sure that you like, comment, share, and subscribe if you're not already. And until next time, bye-bye.